What's going on? Yeah. So, original Pancake House. Been working there all my life. I spoke about this before. I started as a dishwasher when I was 15, kind of worked my way up. I started in 1992 as a dishwasher. And I worked myself all the way up to my current position, which is prep manager. Now that sounds like an awkward position. The owners pretty much made a position for me. There was no such thing as prep manager, 10, 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago. There was no prep manager. That position was created for me, for me being a long-term employee and always doing a good job, and yeah, I earned the position of prep manager. I was even given an award, Heart of the House. It was a great time in my life. The owners, they set everything up, and I was given the award for Heart of the House. I'll share a pendant that was given to me. It was a gold pendant that was given to me for receiving that award. But yeah, Heart of the House, it's a huge accomplishment. But yeah, the original Pancake House, I love that place. I really do. I love it a lot. And I can remember being put on salary. I was about 26 years old. And I was put on salary as a cook. But at the time, I think I was averaging like 50 plus hours a week. And they elevated me to a position of kitchen manager. And they gave me a salary to do that. And at the time, we were just experimenting. We didn't know, during that time that a kitchen manager wasn't necessary or wasn't going to work for the company, but we gave it a shot. As a matter of fact, we hired a handful of kitchen managers in 30 years we've been with the company. Yeah, we hired a handful of kitchen managers, and it didn't work out well, but we tried. We felt like a kitchen manager would help take a lot of the pressure off the management team, but that didn't go so well. But we did make an attempt. But yeah, prior to me becoming a salary kitchen manager at the original Pancake House, I was in the process of improving my education. During the time I wasn't, I wasn't in high school during the time. I didn't finish high school, and I went to the owners and I asked them if I wanted to move up with the company, what would be the next best step for me, the next best thing for me. And they said, if you want to move up from here, from your current position, you would need to go back to school and get your diploma. So that gave me an incentive, because as much as I love working at the original Pancake House, the incentive they gave me was to go back to school to get that diploma. And that's what I did. I went back and I got my diploma in 2004. And it was a great achievement for me to be able to go back and, get my GED, and present that to them, But more than anything else, I knew it was an accomplishment for myself, and I was so happy about that. It was an emotional moment. The weirdest part is my son, he graduated from elementary school in 2004, at the same exact time that I graduated and earned my GED. So we took pictures together, so that was great. Yeah. You never see pictures like that, but we both had on our gowns, and they were both the same color. And yeah, we took pictures together. We both graduated on the same day. Yeah. Yeah. My son graduated from elementary school, and I graduated from, from high school in 2004. Yeah. But I kept everything. There was a little keychain that was given to me. I still have that. I'll show it to you another time. But yeah, it was awesome times. And then I submitted. I took the diploma, showed it. They were happy for me. And about, I would say, 4 months later, I was put on salary. And I was awarded the position for kitchen manager at the original Pancake House. It was a great honor. Yeah. It was, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had an idea, but, to me, I'm only thinking perfection. So, I didn't think that the outcome would be what it was or what it turned out to be, which was, it was a disaster, to be honest with you. It really was. That's not an easy position, kitchen manager. And it's not achievable in every food service establishment, There's certain ones that, require it, and it can work. And there are other businesses where, if the management team is not backing the kitchen manager, or, if there's issues where, you're put in charge of the kitchen and the management team doesn't feel like it's no longer their responsibility, it's the responsibility of the kitchen manager, it can crash and burn really quick. It really can. And I've seen that happen a lot at the original Pancake House. So, we finally came to the conclusion that having a kitchen manager wasn't going to work for the original Pancake House. And the reality of it was one of the 3 key managers would have to be in charge of the kitchen. And that's still a struggle right now to this day. In 2025, we're still challenged with that. But I think a lot of food service establishments are, challenged with managing, It's, I can understand why the owners at the original Pancake House did not elevate me to a general manager type position. Probably because they saw how happy I was in my current position as a prep manager. They saw how happy I was with what I was doing. And a lot of times when you see someone and they're really happy, with what they're doing, and, they've been consistent and they have a long-term stability with the company, sometimes you don't want to, you don't want to mess with that. You just kind of want to leave that alone. They see someone happy, basically, if you really want to look at it, I was in my comfort zone. I still am in my comfort zone. And, it's both a good thing and a bad thing, because I really love what I do. That's what makes it a good thing. I get up every morning and I go to work, and it's no sweat. It's like I get up in the morning and I'm happy. I'm happy to get myself ready to go to the job, because I really love it so much. It's my second home. It's my home away from home. And, when I'm there, I'm in no rush to leave. I'll stay as long as I need to stay to get the job done. And it's no big deal. If I'm there from open to the time we close, I'm not upset at all. I really enjoy it. I love what I do. And I can do it every day, 7 days a week. If I had the energy, I could do it. I really do like it a lot. But yeah, over time, it started, I became a salary manager, kitchen manager. And it got to the point where, because I was on salary, and I saw myself working an excessive amount of hours. I went from an average of 45 to 55 hours a week to sometimes anywhere from 50 to 60 plus hours a week. And we were open at night during the time. And being open at night with me was extended hours. If I was there at 5:30 in the morning, sometimes I'd be there till 9:30 at night. But we're no longer open at night anymore. The hours of operation at the original Pancake House is 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. And that's what we're doing now. We're no longer open at night. And, it hasn't hurt the business at all. As a matter of fact, the numbers are looking just as good as if we were open at night. So there was really no reason to open at night, because the restaurant is doing well. It's doing real well. But yeah. So then it got to the point where they had to make a decision. They was like, yeah. I wasn't really complaining about the hours because I love what I did. There were some days that were hectic, but again, it didn't bother me because, again, when you really love what you do for a living, it's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. The original Pancake House is definitely my home away from home. I can do that job. I can go to that job in the morning and stay as long as I need to stay. And it wouldn't bother me. And that's how much I love that place. Yeah. Over time, they started to realize that the amount of hours that I was making, even though I was salary, and it took them a while to catch on because I never complained. Although there was some situation where I was working under management where, the management would look to see or think that I was going to come to them with a complaint about how many hours I was working, but I never did. It never bothered me one bit, But what happened was we started, we had to replace a manager, and then the owners had to step in for a little while, and then they started to see how much time I was actually putting into the company. So it was like, wow, we can't keep doing that. We can't keep, allowing him to put in that many hours per week. So, without taking away any of my benefits that were given to me, because I had all the benefits of any manager. I have all the benefits of any manager that works in there. Instead of taking away my benefits, they came up with a solution, and they took me off of salary and put me back on hourly. In the beginning, when they mentioned the changes, I was a little worried, a little concerned, but they assured me that I didn't need to be worried, and there was no cause for concern. Because at the 40-hour mark, once I achieved 40 hours for that week, that was basically my salary, and anything after 40 hours would be overtime. I didn't really look at it that way, because again, I love what I do, but technically, if you look at it, if they took away a lot of the responsibilities because they didn't want me to they didn't want me to work 50, 60 hours a week, so they started cutting back on some of my responsibilities, shifting things around a little bit, delegating things to other employees and members of management to cut back the amount of time that I was spending, that I was using at the company. So I think they got it down to about 45 hours a week, which wasn't bad. So I was averaging between 42 and 45 hours a week. But again, at 40 hours, pay me my salary. So anything after that, it was time and a half. So, technically that was an increase. That was a raise that I was able to get, and I was happy about that. And they knew that I would never take advantage of that situation, But they knew that I would do everything I could for the company, and I'm gonna do everything I do to make sure that everything is running smoothly. So, yeah. The original Pancake House is indeed a fun place to work. I really do love what I do. The food, the way we prepare the food and the pancakes, guys, I'm here to tell you, it takes almost 72 hours, 3 days to make our pancake batter. That's hard to believe, I'm not sure about other pancake restaurants like Waffle House or IHOP or how that is, but I do know the original Pancake House, and it takes almost 3 days before we can actually start dropping pancakes on the stove. It's almost 3 days. My niece and nephew are here with us, and they were playing around the park, and now they're here. So we're gonna have them come into the video and talk a little bit. But yeah, we'll talk more about that, the pancakes and how they're made. I won't be able to share the recipe. I'm not gonna do that, but I can talk about the procedures and everything I do in preparation. I can talk about all of that because a lot of the customers that come in, you know, and they have our pancakes, they ask questions, you know. And we don't give them the recipe, of course not, but we do tell them certain things like, you know, for example, we make a fermented sour starter. I make that myself. As the prep manager, I'm in complete control. I'm in charge of making that. It's a sour starter. It's a fermented sour starter, and it's a 3-day aging process on that. You know, I'll go into a little more details about that for a lot of people who come in and always wonder how we make our pancakes. You know, but yeah. But I have Madison Mason here, and aside from working at the original Pancake House, again, I'm on a mission. I'm on a journey. You know, I'm on a journey for financial freedom. I started my investment journey. I was about 44 years old. I wish I had started sooner, but better late than never. But yeah, and I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in the past 5 years. I've been doing it for about 5 years now, and it's been great. It's been great. You know, you have to have the right mindset for it, you know, when it comes to investing. But it's necessary only because, I mean, if you're not starting a business, even if you do have your own business, you know, there's no reason why we shouldn't be investing our money right now. There's just no reason for it. You know, we should definitely be investing our money. And if we're not investing, then I encourage you to look into it. But anyway, I'm going to share everything that I've been doing, you know, in future videos with my money and finances, how I manage it, how I spend my money when I receive it, you know what I mean? And I've been teaching my nieces and my nephews and members of family and some co-workers that are interested in learning. You know, not everyone's interested in learning about investing and, you know, saving their money. But the ones that are, you know, I definitely, I try to bring them up to speed. I try to educate them and teach them everything that I've been learning. So, yeah. We're gonna let Madison and Mason come and say a few things because they're so eager to get in here. Yeah. But while I got them back here, some of the things I've been teaching them, you know, about what to do with their money when they get it now. Because if they start now, you know, by the time they get my age or even sooner, you know, they could be financially free. You know, and they may have ownership of their time to do whatever they want to do with their time, whenever they want to do it. You know, their time will be theirs. And this is what I'm trying to instill and teach them now at the ages of 8 and 10. So in the next 20 to 30 years, you know, they won't have to struggle. You know, they won't have to be worried about, you know, where they're gonna live or, you know, how they're gonna take care of their families and, you know, things like that. So if y'all would briefly if you could briefly explain about the 75, 15, 10 rule. Who wants to explain?
Me.
Mason.
So if you get like, what you want me to do, $5 or $1?
$1. For every dollar that you receive.
You take out 75.
75 what? 70,
cents.
Okay.
And then when you get 75 cents, take out 10 cents and 15. I'm not old enough to invest. So I put the 10 and 15 in my piggy bank, and I saved the 75 to spend.
Mm-hmm.
By the age you get 18, that's when you can actually invest and get a banking account.
That is correct.
So if I was old enough to invest, and 1 and 100 is the same. Let me talk about 100. There's one difference about this. The one difference about this is a set of change is dollars. So if you have $100, take out the 75, and you got 10 and 15. And then put the 15 in your savings account and invest the 10. And then save the 75. Simple like that.
You're going to invest the 10.
Oh no, we gonna invest the 15.
We're going to invest the 15. Okay? So, for every dollar that you earn, you're only allowed to spend 75 cents. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then 15 cents should be the money that you invest, and 10 cents should be the money that you save. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
But if you're not old enough
You have to put
to invest,
both of them.
which is how much? 25 cents, right?
Mm-hmm. 25 cents into your piggy bank.
Yep.
So one thing you learn is don't get like a piggy bank that you can like see through, or like you could just like easily get out. Get a piggy bank that like you have to like break it to get out.
That's right.
That you cannot open. Like
That's
something metal or glass, and guess what? You can't open it until you're, guess what? How much? How old? 18.
But
Right.
if you're past 18, you should get it as if you're like down. If you're over 20, you should get at like 42. You should open it at 42 if you start below above.
In other words, you shouldn't have a piggy bank. There's no reason to have a piggy bank if you're 18 years or older, because you can have an account.
Oh
So
yeah.
there's no reason to have a piggy bank, because there are better things that you can do with your money at the age of 18. But if you're not 18, then yes, you want a piggy bank or somewhere to put your money, and you hold it until the appropriate time to invest. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll definitely talk more about this 75, 15, 10 rule. You know, and Mason knows it real well. Mason knows it real well. Yep. And what did y'all get for Christmas from your uncle?
A piggy bank. Like
Awesome.
metal, like a real metal one.
Yeah.
That can you can only slip dollars in it.
That's
Or
right.
pennies. Not pennies, I meant like
Nickels.
nickels,
Dimes.
and 25 cents.
Yes.
But not a lot.
Yes. And you want to fold them dollars up. You want to fold them up before you put them in there, right?
Except if you don't fold them up, you have less space.
Ah, it's nice. Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, thanks. Appreciate it. Yes, the original Pancake House is a great place to work. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's awesome. It's awesome. And we're going to talk a whole lot more about it. We're going to cover every menu item. We're going to cover everything from the food to the money I make, how I invest it, how I'm spending it. We're going to cover it all. We're going to talk about it all. All right.
Bye. Stay tuned to next week, boy.